Thank you for calling CashNetUSA. For quality assurance, this call may be monitored or recorded. En estos momentos no contamos con representantes que hablen español. Para obtener más información, por favor, oprima 2. Please hold while I locate your account. For security purposes, please enter the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Our records indicate you do not have an open account at this time. Main menu. If you would like to apply for a loan, check the status of a loan application or pending payment. Press 1 to update your general account. Our records indicate you do not have an open line of credit. To return to the main menu, press 9. To speak to a customer account specialist, press 0. Please hold while I transfer your call to a customer account specialist. Thank you for calling CashNetUSA. My name is Ayana. May I please have your first and last name?
Jeffrey Bodin, Jeffrey, space Bodin.
All right, thank you. And could you confirm your email address for me?
Jeffrey Bodin, Jeffrey, Bodin 713 @gmail.com.
All right, perfect, thank you. And how may I assist you today?
I got a letter in the mail recently, so I thought I would use the line of credit that y'all keep offering me pretty consistently with mail offers. I did notice that the number I called today on the letter is different than the line that's listed on your website. So I hope that is the correct direct.
Were you attempting to reach out to CashNetUSA?
Yes, ma'am. Is that y'all?
It is, yes.
Then yeah, because their website lists an 888-801-9075, and the letter lists a 800-240-2154. So as long as I'm calling
okay.
line, then that's fine.
You are, yes. So that would just be because you received that pre-approval offer. That's why that number is different, because that was for pre-approvals. But you did reach CashNetUSA, and we are able to look into this for you today.
Okay, then I'd like to do that.
Okay, perfect. And then can I confirm some of your income and banking details with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And are you currently receiving benefits?
Does SNAP count?
Like a Social Security?
Yes,
it does, yes.
That and Social Security. I just know that I can not list Social Security as much as I want because it's what they told me and the IRS, but I'm not sure about SNAP, so I guess yes for SNAP. More recently, and Social Security, yes, because I'm on disability.
Okay, perfect. And how much do you receive per month?
The maximum that you can get per individual, which I think is, just give me 1 second, I'll just make sure to look it up just for reference. It is $967.
All right, per month?
Per month, yes, ma'am. Usually comes
All
in
right,
about
perfect.
2 or 3 days before the end of each month, every month.
Okay. So when would you say your upcoming payment would be?
For this, it depends on when I would withdraw from the account, I guess. Or you mean payment from Social Security?
Yes, yeah, your payment from Social Security.
It's come earlier and earlier every year, really. So I would say I mean, even in May, it came on like the 29th, I think, last month, or the 30th. This month, I would expect the 28th or 29th, probably. Could be the 27th. It depends. 27th is a Friday,
Okay.
and it came in on, I think, a Friday or a Thursday. So let's assume it would come in the 26th or 27th then for January.
Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. So then would you say in August it's probably going to come around the 29th? I see that's a Friday as well.
At the latest, probably, depending on federal holidays and other withholdings and things like that. Those don't affect the payout for me because I'm separate than the eligible couple status and other things that can be affected by stuff. I have the same one as the valor designation for the military, so we don't none of that affects us. It's just permanent. So
Okay.
it's a bit tough to say. 'Cause I know in August there has been different days that I've been paid before. And the
Okay.
same for September.
So I'll just put the
that with the what they might do for November 11th. I mean September 11th for holiday status.
Okay, so I'll just put the end of the month for these as an estimate then, just to be safe, so we're not putting it too early or too late for you. Would that be okay?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest for you.
And then what is... Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I just want to ensure, because I know that you said that it comes at, varying different times. So I just wanted to set that up, so in case, you were eligible and you had to make a payment, that it wasn't due before you received your check. So I'll just put the end of the month just to be safe. Okay. And then what is the name of your bank?
JP Morgan Chase.
All right, perfect.
If you're going to
And could you confirm the what?
Now, I prefer to schedule payments around the 5th of every month, just because that's when I take large amounts of money out of my account, because I know the money's going to be there.
Okay.
But if it has to be scheduled on the previous month, per month, based on when I get paid, then whatever you do is fine. But if it's like a drop down for when I can actually pay y'all, then I'd prefer the following month starting on the 5th, if that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just inputting your upcoming pay dates here. So once we do that, we'll check your eligibility. If you're eligible, we'll have to sign that contract, and then I would do is I'd connect you over to customer service so they can adjust those pay dates for you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
And then do you have just the last 4 digits of that checking account number?
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Let me just log into the account.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
The last 4, 6282.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to check your eligibility real quickly. Okay, so it does look like you are eligible for a line of credit for $800. Did you want to sign that contract today?
What's the APR for that?
So let me check the APR in this one. And you're located in Louisiana?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, perfect. And then are you looking to pull out a specific amount today, or the full 800, or?
I'm really just looking to consolidate a bunch of different payment structures that I've had over the past 9 months or so that for some reason I can't shift to other lines of credit that I have completely open.
Oh, right.
So that's my only real issue. I was hoping for more, since this letter does say $2,000, but depending on what the APR is for this, I might just pull out the full 800. It depends.
Okay.
I kind of need more like 1,500 or so to guarantee I consolidate everything into one payment, and I want to make sure that the payments to y'all will be made at the lowest possible monthly payment per month. I don't mind a higher APR even if it's very high. I just need the monthly payment to be low for the full 800s. Like similar to most of the credit cards I have $800 balances on lots of credit cards, and it's no issue because they only take out $20 a month. But some of these other purchases that I'm looking to consolidate, they're taking out like $50 to $75, and that's just not going to work.
Right. No, I understand. Okay. Let me see here. So let me take a look at what payments would be like for $800. All right. So I do have the first 3 estimated payments for the 800. So the first one would be estimated at $200. The second one would be estimated at $279.81. And the third one would be estimated at $257.87. And this would be a monthly payment.
So it would just be a 3-month thing.
So it looks like if you were just paying the minimum, you would be paying it until February of 2026. That would be the date of the last one. And then they do gradually decrease over time, that minimum payment required. Those first 3 tend to be the higher ones out of them all. I can't see exactly what they would be. So I'm unable to see what they would decrease to, just because it will vary on if you're just paying your minimum when you're paying it off, because it can adjust, you know, that interest rate and everything. So I'm only able to see the first estimated 3.
If you put in only minimum, if that's possible, what would it be?
So it doesn't allow us to do that on our end here. I can just see that if you were only paying the minimum, it would go until February of 2026.
That's I mean, like $270 potentially for 800 until February just kind of sounds unreasonable, because that's already like, I mean, or maybe less so unreasonable, more like unlikely for my time frame, just because that's already $813, and I know that I'm taking out a significant amount of interest on this, but $813 paying basically the full amount of the loan is note on in 3 months. I mean that. What interest, like, over the lifetime of the loan? Because some loans I get do tell me over the lifetime of the loan, what would I be paying in what do they call it? Like, do they call it it's like what the interest plus fees plus everything else. Do you have that number?
Oh, let me see here. So my mistake here. So I did not put in the state correctly. So I just wanted to correct this information with you on those first 3 payments. My apologies. I was looking over this and I just realized I had the incorrect state. So for your first payment, the estimated one we're looking at for the minimum is $143.15. The second one does go up. It's $293.65. And the third one is $276.30.
So what was the first one again? 143.
Yep, $15, and then $293.65, and then $276.30.
So that'd be $713.10 total for the first 3 monthly. Okay, so excluding that amount, do you have a number of what the over the lifetime of the loan I would be paying amount? Because usually letters include that on it.
Right. So it looks like with that first payment in interest, you're paying $143.15. And then for that second payment, it would be $206.10. And for the third one, $190.81. And then on that first payment, you wouldn't be paying towards your principal. That wouldn't start till the second payment, and that would be $87.55. So that's when you would start paying towards your amount. That first payment would just be interest and fees for issuing out the loan.
So the first so that would mean that the $143.15 is just the interest and fees, and the $203 is the start of paying towards the principal.
It is, yes. Yeah, that's when you would start paying towards the principal on that second payment. You'd pay $87.55 towards that actual loan amount. And then on the second one, it would be $85.49 towards that actual loan amount.
87 point for the second payment, and then what was the third one?
It was $85.49. And so the APR on this one, it is 299%, the annual percentage rate. Since this isn't broken down into a full year, it would be a daily periodic rate of 0.81%.
1 second. I think I understand what you mean by this. It would be 143 plus the 143.15 gives me $315.64 over a non-annual period that I'd be paying towards the $800 loan. Okay, that's not terrible. From what I've seen, it's not necessarily
yes,
great,
and so, and then, no,
monthly
right, no, I understand.
have been higher than that I've paid, but they've also been over I think one of them was like 18-month, and the next one was like a 24-month period. So they were also a larger amount of money too. But I was able to get fixed monthly payments with those, which is really what I'm looking for, because that's normally what I'm offered. That's what I thought this would actually be. Would have been a fixed, roughly monthly payment schedule at a higher rate.
Right.
I guess it doesn't.
Yes. So with this, even if you're just paying, some amount over the minimum, it is going to change that interest rate for you as well.
Oh,
so
it's a very
it
low
can.
Interest rate per day.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because it would, go to that daily one. So paying any amount over your minimum, it is going to decrease the timeline that your loan is open. So it would, in chance, decrease the interest as well. So let me see here.
That's a bit different than what I'm used to. Would I be able to open
Right.
the account and just not take the money out and not be penalized or anything for that?
Yes, actually, that was what I was just going to inform you of right now. So you are able to do that. We can open the line of credit and request $0 today, and that will stay open for you to request it as needed. So that way, when you're working to find that additional amount, because I know you mentioned you need some more than that, if you're not able to find that full amount, you'll still have this $800 here with us that you can draw from us.
Will this be reported to the credit bureaus as a zero, to over 800, line of credit that's available to myself?
We don't report to credit bureaus, so this wouldn't show on your credit.
Would I be able to request it reported?
We just don't report to the credit bureau, so we wouldn't be able to send that over to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just that the type of lending that we do.
Open the account and just have it open as an option for myself.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that today. All right. So is that jeffreybodin713@gmail.com a good email to use to send you over a link to set up your password?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
All right, let me get that sent over to you. All right, so I did just send that. It's going to come through as CashNetUSA password assistance. And then once you are able to see that email, just let me know.
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I could.
Perfect. And then it'll take you to the login page, and that username that it asks for is going to be your email address.
I guess I've had an account with y'all in the past. I didn't realize that.
Yes, yeah, it does look like you did.
It said it was maybe closed or something. How long does the line of credit actually stay open for?
Let me check here. So it looks like it was about 5 months that it was open, and there wasn't any draws on the account. And so that is why that account had closed. So you would have some time to, you know, kind of explore your other options, see if you can find the rest of those funds you were needing. And then there's no penalties if that account does end up closing.
For the,
okay, perfect. So that's actually what we're looking for. So you'd want to click that Apply Now button, and it should take you to a page that says you qualify for a line of credit of $800.
It says Max is a pre-approved offer.
When you click that Apply Now button.
Yes.
Let's see here. And let me see here. I'm going to opt you out of that pre-approval amount real quickly. Would that be okay?
Okay, so I'll just go back.
Yep, I'll have you just go back, and I'm going to do that for you right now. So it should take you back.
Okay.
It may sign you out. If it does, we'll just have you sign back in. And then when you click that Apply Now button, it should show $800 for you now.
Okay.
All right.
Just ahead of time. Did it go through on your end?
It did.
Okay. I just have to do two-factor authentication each time.
And now when you click that Apply Now button,
and if I click
yep,
that,
perfect.
Same. We need to double check some information. Please complete the form below.
So it may just ask you to confirm some information. That is normal. It does do that sometimes. It may ask you to confirm income or banking information there.
Oh, it is. It did change in things that it was asked. So I'll just. I wonder if it counts as monthly on last specific weekday. That might be what they counted as.
Yes, yeah, it may show a specific date. That's just because I was putting it in at the end of the month there, your payment date, just to be safe there. Because I know you said it was varying.
I'll put it in as the 30th for this month. And the following pay date from that would be 31st maybe. Do not correspond to the payment period indicated. Okay, then it's not this one. Monthly on the last business day. Maybe that one.
Yeah, that sounds like that'll work.
Yeah, that one works. Yep. Oh wait. Was it earlier? Okay. Now the credit line is lower.
Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, it does look like it decreased by $50. So it is subject to change, so I'm unsure. I can't see on my end why it would lower the amount, but it does look like it lowered it about $50.
Increase the percentage rate to $299. Maybe it gave me like a different contract or something. Oh, it has the wrong address.
So it is I'm sorry.
It has the wrong address, but y'all did mail your your promotional to the correct address. So.
And what is your address?
406 Parkview Blvd Mandeville, Louisiana. Has my previous address with my parents at 528 Ocean Drive, but you're sending the mail to the correct address, so I'm not really.
Yeah, because I do see that 528 one on my end as well. Let me see here.
Would that change the contract at all?
So it shouldn't. It may not change the amount. We can update the address and check if you'd like.
All right, let's do that before I agree to taking out $0 for this, I guess. Should I go back to the main part of the website, or just stay on the screen?
So, yeah, you can actually go back to the home page there. Okay. And what did you say your current address is?
406 Parkview Blvd Mandeville, Louisiana, 70471.
You said Parkview Boulevard?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that one word? Parkview.
Boulevard is, Parkview is as well, but they're two words separate.
Okay. Right. Okay, so let me just check that for you one more time, just because we updated that. Okay, so it looks like that amount did stay at $750, so we'll have you click that Apply Now button, and it should show you the correct address now.
Oh, I previously got a $1,500 funded amount from y'all that was paid off.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. I see that here.
So I could hit Apply Now again. It's popping back up employment information again.
Let me see. And is it not giving you the option to skip that step?
Yes, ma'am. It's not.
Okay, so we'll have to just input that one again. It may be because we updated the address that it's requesting that. Okay, perfect. So I do see that you were able to update that, and that amount is still $750 available. So once you do that, it should take you to step one. Is that what you're seeing there?
Yes, repayment information. Let's do the electronic fund transfer.
Yep, perfect. And then step two is where it's going to ask you how much you would like to request from your funds. And there you'll just want to ensure that you're putting 0, since you're not wanting to request any funds today. We're just getting that line of credit open.
under small
Okay, perfect.
rule notices via electronic communication.
Here.
I just clicked.
Are you seeing that on your screen?
Yeah, at the top. I think it has something to do with like requesting electronic disclosures for like mail and stuff.
Oh, right. Yep. Yep. So it's just stating that small dollar rule related notices are required to be sent in writing, which means physical mail. So it's just.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have to withdraw a minimum of $50 to continue, or I can just leave the balance.
You can just leave it how it is now. So that's just if you do want to draw an amount, it does have to be at least $50. That's just what that's saying there. So I do see that you already signed, and so you have that $750 available to you now. And if you want to draw that $750, you would just sign in and select that draw option or the amount that you would like to draw. It just has to be over $50.
Okay.
But you are all set. Yeah, that line of credit is open for you. Let me just double check, make sure it didn't send an email confirmation. It doesn't look like it did, though. So you are all set then. So if you do end up wanting to request these funds, you would just sign into the account with the email and password that you used today, and you'd be able to do that.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Was there anything else that I could look into for you today?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, I do thank you for calling CashNetUSA, and I hope you have a wonderful day.